Satisfy your coffee cravings anytime, anywhere. Delicious creamy caramel or smooth white chocolate mocha. Now available in a convenient mini size. Go on, brighten your day. Take a moment for yourself with a mini can of Starbucks Frappuccino coffee. Click or tap the banner to find one near you.
Hi, is my mic on? I gotta tell Instagram that I'm online. Okay, cool. I've never streamed on YouTube before. I'm kind of nervous, but actually, it was really easy to set up the stream. Hello. Sorry, I'm posting that I'm online for the social media. It's like awkward, especially because I haven't live streamed. I mean, I live stream here and there in the past couple years, but I haven't I haven't done it regularly in a long time. I keep seeing something move. Oh, that's me. There's a mirror. Hello. How are you guys? I did not plan anything for this stream. I just kind of wanted to see what it's like. Okay. I gotta post it on all 800 million accounts that I have. Where do you work? Getting home from work is always the best. Is that fun? I feel like that would be a little bit satisfying getting to stock the produce. I don't know why. It's really fun when you go into some grocery stores and like the apples and oranges are in this perfect little pyramid. But that's not most grocery stores. But it is sad that they throw out so much produce. I don't actually know if that's real, but I see it online a lot. That grocery stores throw out produce even if it just looks slightly damaged. Oh, good. Every grocery store should be doing that. Otherwise, it's a waste. This mirror keeps freaking me out. What do these little buttons do? That's so much better. Every grocery store should do that. Either donate it to the shelters first and then send them off for feed like that. They're good. Here's one. Can you see her? That's Bully. She's sleeping. I don't know where the other ones are. Is Ed over there? No, she left. They're good. I got them little Apple tag tracker collars. So I've been letting them outside for a few hours every day. I'm still a little nervous about it, but I'm home, so I go outside and check on them throughout the day. But I think that's good for them. They seem less restless. And then when they come inside, they just sleep like that for like 13 hours. Do you guys have cats? Everyone should have cats. Oh, that's a good idea too. Yeah, because like I would buy damage. Like, what's that one company? It's called like Ugly something, or I don't know. They sell produce that's too ugly to be sold in stores, but bruised apples and a lot of produce you can still use it, like for baking. I pretty much buy bananas just to let them go bad so I can make banana bread. Yeah, they like going outside. There's a lot of lizards here in Florida, so they love catching the lizards. And normally it's a bad thing if they're killing, local wildlife, but these lizards are invasive, so they're helping. So cute. Did you name her after the cat from Sailor Moon? Oh. I was like, why do things look so foggy? My glasses are extremely dirty. I'm trying to remember the last time I live streamed. It had to have at least been a year ago on a public site, anyways. I used to stream on TikTok, but my accounts keep getting deleted. Honestly, that's the best way to get a cat is to find them. My youngest cat, well, Bully, I guess, is the youngest now, but Egg, um, I found her. She was in somebody's car, like in the hood of their car. Well, I didn't find her. A friend found her and she gave it to me. That's a good name. I've been to Edgar Allan Poe's house in, I think it was Philadelphia. It was really cool. Hi, I'm doing good. How are you? Yeah, I don't know what came over me. I was just like, I, I think I should live stream. It's been a long time. Just needed to check in on what people are doing. I think my team is long out for this season. They've not been doing so good recently. Actually, I don't know. I should probably check. I'm pretty sure they're out. I haven't been watching. It's a little bit harder to watch in the US. You have to like subscribe to sites, which is annoying. Bam, bam. Playoffs should be over, right? Ooh, Golden Knights. Wait, did they win? This website's confusing.
Ready for a pick me up? Introducing an exciting new addition to Starbucks Ready to Drink lineup. It's a Frappuccino.
Yeah, like it's so funny because back in my day, you didn't know like people weren't posting all of their animals online, so you would just be naming your pet, not knowing that 100 other people have also named their pet the same name. But Luna, I don't. That is a funny one because it's like, why do so many people name their cats Luna? Do they look moon-like? If not for Sailor Moon, I don't know why so many people name their cat Luna. And there's another name too. I can't think of it right now, but I feel like there's like 3 common cat names, just like with dogs. Everyone names their cat after that. Yes, Florida is like a huge place for stray cats. Um, where I am specifically, a lot of people are pretty good about TNRing, which is like trap and release. After you like trap them, you get them fixed, and then you release them back into the wild so they can't reproduce again. But even still, like every summer is kitten season and there's kittens all over. However, I think the world knows me and I've never found a stray kitten, unfortunately, besides Egg, but someone gave her to me, so I didn't even find her directly. But last year around this time, someone did dump a puppy. Do you guys remember that? I don't know if you follow me on like social media, but someone dumped a puppy outside of our house and I was able to find a home for him. But that was crazy. I'm not a huge dog person. He was very cute, but I'd rather somebody dump a cat at my house than a dog. No, I have not gone. I haven't been to the Florida Keys at all. I do really want to go though. Um, South Florida is a little bit crazy. Um, I've been to Miami a few times. Not a big fan, although there are some cool things to do there. But I do need to go to the Keys. It also makes me a little nervous to drive over that bridge. But that's the only way to get there that I know of. Wait, yeah, what is the author's name? I know this because I actually was just looking up things to do in Florida during the summer, but I can't remember. But I would like to go there. I have like a Florida bucket list of things I want to do. I still have not seen a manatee since I moved here. Apparently, they're really common to see, but I have not seen one. Well, well, well. Look who it is. Monkey Jones. Hello. Back in civilization. Yeah, well, you do go to some places in Florida, like out in the country, and there's just cats everywhere. They don't trap them, they shoot them actually, which is not my preferred way of dealing with strays. Thoughts on Rusty's lemonade stand? It's big. It's big. He's doing a really good job though. I'm impressed with how much work he's put into it. It's pretty much consumed his life for the last year. Vegas won. Yay! I don't know who they put. Wait, I just looked it up. They played Florida Panthers, right? I'm actually extremely shocked that the Panthers made it that far. Weren't they like the worst team in the league last year? The last 8 years? Um, but that's crazy. I do. Golden Knights are probably my second favorite team to follow, so I'm happy. I'm gonna pretend it's my team this year that won. Okay, I do really like if I ever got a dog, I would want a golden retriever. I know that's like the most standard dog, but they're so cute. And I went through a phase where I watched a ton of golden retriever videos on TikTok. That was like all that my feed was. Ragdolls are so cute too. I love their little blue eyes. Yes. So I'm planning a trip to Japan in October. My best friend, she lives in Japan because she's married to a Japanese guy. And so I just need to go to visit them in general. But also, I haven't been since 2019. When was the pandemic? I went like right before I think 2019, because we were supposed to go in March of 2020, and then the pandemic hit, so we didn't go. But this year, yeah, I am planning like 2 weeks to go to Japan. I have only done Tokyo, so I was thinking maybe I should do like, the big three: Kyoto, Osaka, Tokyo. But I don't know, because there's so many other places I want to go. I just kind of feel pressured to go to Kyoto and Osaka because everyone else has. So when they're like, "Have you done this, this, and this?" No, I have not. Your name's not Chef? Then what is it? I wish you could see who's in your chat. Is there a way to do that? Oh, you can. I see. I think I actually like the setup of YouTube streaming better than, are we allowed to name competitor names in here? The other site that starts with a T. Because I don't have to use OBS. Because sometimes I'm just way too lazy to set up OBS to stream. Yeah. Yes. And no, my favorite animal videos to watch from Japan are the monkeys in the hot springs. Have you guys seen those? It's so fucking cute. I could watch those all day. I want to go see them, but I've read it's kind of hard to get out there. Bum, 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 bum. That is so crazy. I would never think that the Panthers would have done good this year, or ever. Did they get new people? Well, obviously they had to have. Everybody gets new people. I'm gonna have to watch some replay videos of their games this year because I'm surprised. In fact, my entire feed has been like pretty bare of hockey talk this year, and I think it's because I follow a lot of Canadians, and no Canadian teams were in the final playoffs, I guess. Crazy. Americans are taking over hockey. Jeg? What's that mean? Dimple. Wait, let me look up Dimple. Well, he looks an awful lot like this other guy I know named Reactor. Is that nice? That's a nice thing. I don't know enough. I should know more about Tim Pool considering everyone else does, but I don't. I don't know anything about him except that he's Reactor's brother. Oh, okay. He has a really nice beanie. I like that his daily outfit is like a cartoon character. It always looks the same. I think that's nice. You know, think about what you're gonna wear when you wake up. Yeah, the monkeys in the hot spring. I don't know what kind of monkeys they are. Oh, I think I hear one of my cats. Hold on. Duty's here. And the capybaras. I couldn't remember their name before. Capybara. Watching those in the hot springs are so cute. I actually thought capybaras were a hot weather animal. Like I thought they were from Australia. So why are they in Japan in the snow in the hot springs? I don't know. I'll have to do more research on that. You know what? So I've officially been in Florida longer than anywhere else I've lived in my life. Am I a Florida lady now? I've been here 8 years now, and my wardrobe is totally not Florida suited. Like, I only own 2 pairs of shorts. I pretty much only wear black, and my closet is full of sweaters. The main thing is that I don't leave the house, and they keep the air conditioner on 60 degrees all the time. So inside, it's perfect sweater weather. Why can't I say that combination of words? What's ACR? I'm gonna Google it. What is ACR? Kidney damage? I might have some kidney damage. If that's what you're saying. I was gonna come on here and let you guys watch me watch One Piece. Monkey keeps telling me to watch One Piece, and I do need to start it. Okay, I saw a TikTok the other day. It was very moving. And he was like, you don't want to be an anime fan and be the only one who hasn't seen One Piece when it gets to the end, and then everybody is like having a ball talking about it, and they all know what's going on, and you're the only one that doesn't know what's going on. So after I saw that TikTok, I got really motivated to try and watch and catch up with One Piece. But I don't think you guys can watch it with me on here. So I'd have to watch it on my screen, and you guys just watch me react to watching it, which is probably boring. What do all these buttons do? Very simple stream setup. I didn't. Okay. Dude, I have no idea how I've been here for 8 years. I really feel like I've just blacked out, and I don't remember a single thing about the last 8 years. It's gone by really fast. And every time something minuscule happens, I'm like, I'm selling my stuff and moving back to Canada. Okay, bye. Thanks for stopping in and visiting me. Good seeing you. That's true. React channels do pretty well, surprisingly. Perhaps I will then. You guys can watch me watch One Piece. One like and I'll move back to Canada, everybody. I wish I could move to Japan just for like a little bit, but I wouldn't be able to bring my cats, and I can't. I'm going for 2 weeks in October, and that's way too long already to be away from my animals. Sad. Mm-mm-mm. Has anybody else watched all of One Piece? Should we all watch it together? I want to get one of those Gundam kits and build a Gundam on stream. But I'm not very good at like small pieces. But it'd be fun. Hello. I know it's been so long. I was just trying to think of when the last time I streamed was. It's been at least a year. I don't know. I can't remember. But I've been thinking that I should get back on stream because people are gonna forget I exist because I never fucking post on anything anymore. I don't have anything to tweet about. And I get very annoyed seeing the same things on Twitter over and over again. Wait, you have all of the One Piece manga? Isn't that like 100 volumes? That's crazy. Let me look at it. 105? Holy shit. That's some dedication. I was wondering if you were J saved. I was like, there's only 2 Johns that I know. So you're one of them. Wow, that's crazy. That's so much. Are you paying like full price for these? Because they're probably, well, you probably started collecting a while ago. But I was thinking of getting the manga too because I prefer reading manga over watching anime. And because it's so old, the good thing is that a lot of the older volumes are pretty cheap on like secondhand sites. But I'm like, what if I start watching it and I don't actually like it? It's going to be a huge investment of time just for the culture. Yeah, like I could power through probably 10 volumes of manga in a day. Definitely more if I did nothing but read, but at least 10. I can go through manga pretty quick. I try to look for some of it online, but they're pretty good at locking it down. Yeah, because wait, there's like what one I think I looked up. There's 1,083 episodes or something like that right now. What the 1,065? That's a lot. That's a lot. Let me do that math. If I reasonably did like 6 episodes a day, because they're what, like 20 minutes? That's 2 hours. Divided by 6. That would still over half a year it would take me to catch up. What if I just live stream until I catch up on One Piece? I'd be online for 6 months straight. No, I haven't listened to Melanie Martinez since like she originally came out. I was never, I don't know why, I never got super into her music because I do feel like it would be my type of music to listen to. I'm not, this is a controversial thing about me, I think. I'm not a big music person. I never go out of my way to listen to new music. My brain is perpetually stuck in high school and like slightly after high school music, which for me is like early emo scene music. And for some reason I listen to a lot of country, early 2000s country. And then, but I don't know if you guys have seen, I recently have discovered K-pop. I discovered it a long time ago, but I've recently gotten into K-pop. One band in particular. Not too many other ones, but this one I'm obsessed with. Stray Kids. Anybody heard of them? Melanie Martinez, I really like her visuals, like her character that she does. And I like how she went from being super like cutesy baby doll Lolita style, and now she's like, doesn't she have a mullet now? I love it. I see her on TikTok every now and then. I should listen to some of her music one of these days. Maybe I'll do it now. Wordles, is that her new one? Let's play the most popular song. Void has the most views. I get ads on Spotify because I don't pay for it. Oh, $2.99 a month. Are you talking about for VIZ to read the manga? Yeah, I was thinking about doing that because it probably is cheaper than buying all the manga. It definitely is cheaper because if I actually pursued reading it, I would I could probably catch up in about 2 months reading it, which would only be $6. So that's something to consider. Middle school, oh my gosh. I'm scared to ask how old you guys are. Because I'm pretty sure Melanie Martinez came out when I was like 20. Like her first album came out when I was 20. Let me check. Let me fact check this. Oh, she's Puerto Rican. I didn't know that. What? Why is her Wikipedia so long? 2012. Yeah, so I was like, was that 11 years ago? Holy shit. Well, it was a long time ago. It was post high school now. Wait, so are you a millennial or are you, I mean, not a millennial, are you Gen Z or are you Gen Alpha? When does Gen Alpha start? You spelled my name wrong. How dare you? But thank you. You're Gen Z. Yeah, what's the cutoff for Gen Z? Like 1990s. Oh, 2012 is the cutoff. Really? So some Gen Z are 9-year-olds. Then why are people talking about Gen Alpha already? They're like not even real people yet. They're babies. Yeah. Yeah, 2012. I was either 20 or I was probably 20 and 21. I'm gonna have a breakdown. Yeah, 2004 I guess I was probably in my last year of middle school. Because I was supposed to graduate in 2009, but I graduated early. So I graduated in 2008. But 2009 minus 4 years. Yeah, I was probably last year of middle school. Pain. I actually don't mind getting older, but sometimes it is a little shocking to hear that people were born after the 2000s. Sorry for being so young. Sorry for being an elder. 2026. Oh my god, are we talking to your like embryo right now? That would be horrifying. If I ever meet somebody who was born after 2010, that would be an extreme shock. Yeah, because they'd have to be, even if they were born in 2010, they'd have to only be 13 years old at most right now. And I don't think I would ever meet somebody that young. Oh, well, my, I guess they're my step niece and nephew. I just babysat them the other day, and one of them's 7. But actually, we had a lot to talk about because we're both on TikTok all the time. So, but I didn't ask um, what year she was born in, but I think she was 7. So that means she was born 2017 or something like that. I don't know. Can't do math. 2030. You haven't even been thought about yet. Whoa, I can put you guys in timeout. Better be nice to me. I'm clicking around, seeing what all these buttons do. What does timeout mean? You just can't talk for a while? Probably. I never watch anybody live stream, so I have no idea what people do on their streams besides game. And despite everyone thinking I'm a gamer, I do not. I don't game. I don't do the gaming. That would be crazy. Like I'm friends with a lot of Gen Z, but it is totally different when so we went to Creator Clash a while ago, and a lot of the YouTubers there were Gen Z, and it was a little crazy being around so many young people at once. Cuz I don't feel that old. Like I still have a lot of hobbies and interests. I don't know. I'm in tune with the Gen Z in terms of things like that, but it's still different when you get around a lot of them and you're just like, whoa. First of all, the energy levels completely different. Me, I'm not very, and it could just be because I'm an extreme introvert, but that's the biggest difference. They have so much energy. Was I like that when I was younger? I don't know. I can't remember. I can't even remember what I was like last year. There's always cat hair on my coffee. And I don't mind people being young, but it is shocking to hear that something like okay, I forget who it was. Some YouTuber I was talking to at Creator Clash. I was talking about Pierce the Veil. I saw one of their very first shows when I was in high school in like 9th or 10th grade. And now they've been a band for like 15 years, and they just came out with a new album, and now the kids are into Pierce the Veil again. I'm like, so we were talking about that. So that did make me feel a little bit old. Okay, boomer. I am kind of a boomer. No, I don't think I am a boomer, but I do find myself recently doing some very millennial core type things. I can't think of an example right now, but every time I catch myself, I'm like, oh, I am a millennial. The one thing I can't deny about being a millennial, I fucking love The Office. What does Gen Z think about The Office? I feel like they make fun of millennials for being so into The Office, but it's funny. It's like not a laugh out loud funny kind of show, but it's funny. The outtakes are more funny than the actual show. Yeah, I think it's just like ADHD in general or something, but getting around a group like that who has so much energy, I'm just like it's nice when it's like you and one other person and you guys have different energy levels because then you kind of balance each other out. But when everyone else is on a different energy level and you're the only one who's like, whoa, feels a little bit uh extreme. Like BG Cumby. Do you guys know BG Cuppy? He comes and visits us a lot, and he's like, is he Gen Z? I guess he's a zillennial. He's on the cusp. And he really shows it because he bounces from going super like calm to having so much energy, extreme energy. And I'm like, I need a break. The Office was weird because I probably would have never gotten into it if my friend who likes The Office didn't make me watch it with her. The first season was, if I remember, the first season was pretty boring. But from the second season onward, it was good. And then the last like 2 seasons, it gets boring again. But there's a solid like 3 seasons in the middle that it's really funny. So 25 is like zillennial age. Because that thing that I just looked up, it's a Gen Z. The oldest Gen Z right now would be a 24-year-old. So 25 is like zillennial. He follows you on Instagram? Yeah, why? Wait, now that you say that, I feel like I see you responding to me sometimes. I'll be honest, I'm so bad at like once I post something, I'm gone. I'm off. I'm offline doing something else. So I never really look at see who's interacting, which is not how you're supposed to do social media, but some of the names I do recognize, you guys. Cumby is so online though, so he probably is paying attention. If he sees you interacting with other people in his like circle, that's probably why he's following you. Do you do any content yourself? Because I think they were here earlier, but someone wait, I don't know how to get back to it. I know that some of you guys do like fan art for all the YouTuber people, so I feel like they like following you guys for that reason sometimes. The Big Bang Theory. Okay, I'm not. There's there's multiple types of millennials, but there's a solid 2 types of millennials. The kind that like Big Bang Theory, and then the rest of us. And I fortunately am not in the group who watches Big Bang Theory. I've seen a couple episodes, and it's weird because I feel like it would be a show that I would like because nerdy. I like that type of thing. But it's so, I don't know. Maybe because I don't like TV that much in general. That's the one thing saving me from being a full-on Big Bang Theory person. You like it? It might be good. I've only seen a couple episodes, so I'm probably not giving it the true attention it deserves. I have seen more episodes of what's the spinoff? I can't even think of his name because my dad thinks it's funny. I don't know. I can't think of it. There's a spinoff of Big Bang Theory with the guy, the one that everyone likes, that I think he's gay in real life. Okay, wait. I missed a bunch of messages. What did I miss? Blah, 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 blah. UK Office does suck. And people say that one's funnier, and I tried to get into it. And maybe I'm just not like a British humor type of person because they do have a very particular sense of humor. It's like extremely dry. But I couldn't get into it. You should message him one day and just be like, why are you following me? BG Cummey is the most social person I know. I'm pretty sure. He talks to everyone. I don't know how he has the mental stamina to keep up with it, but he talks to everyone and he remembers everyone. He's I think he's low-key a genius. I'll never tell him that, but in like a himbo type of way. He can remember a lot of people. Once my brain hits like 10 people, that's it. Everyone else I can't remember. Tony Sly. No, I do not know who that is. They're a musician. They're civilized people. Young Sheldon, yes. I don't know why my dad loves Young Sheldon. I don't even think he watches the regular Big Bang Theory, but he thinks Young Sheldon is so funny. Hi Ken, how are you? You made it. Okay, is this true or false? Does streaming still contribute to your watch hours, like to get monetized? I should probably look that up. I've watched a few episodes of Young Sheldon. I guess I don't know, I couldn't get into it. I don't like much TV though. There's not much TV that I'll sit down and watch. Even The Office, as much as I do like it, probably never again. I'll probably never sit down and rewatch the whole series. I'll just like tune in for an episode here and there. It did seem very annoying, but he thinks it's so funny. Like, I remember in particular one time there was a Young Sheldon marathon. I think it was on a Thanksgiving that I was at his house. And so he was laughing the whole time. I'm like, where was the joke? I don't get it. I think it's made for a demographic that's not me. Yeah, TV, I think that's what it is. TV series are very redundant. And so if I like the concept, it's a good thing because I like redundancy and things that I like because I want to see it over and over again. But if I don't like it, then I'm, yeah, completely bored of it very early on. Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is probably the one series I have finished. I'm trying to think of literally. I have finished The Office. I don't know. I can't think of any others. Game of Thrones is probably the only one that's not like a sitcom type of show that I've watched from start to finish. And it wasn't even necessarily good all the way through. It's just I felt obligated to finish it because I love the books. I'll give The Big Bang Theory another try. I'll watch another episode or two. I'll have to do some research. Yes, I forget. Streaming is good because you can hear me and you don't necessarily have to watch me because I'm not doing anything particularly entertaining. Wait, did Portals come out with a show? Oh, the CD. Why do I have no brain cells? I think it's actually pretty good. I like her voice a lot. I want to listen to the Crybabies one that you guys were talking about earlier. Her most played song is from this one, so maybe I know it. Oh, I do know this song. I didn't know this was her. I like this song. Yeah, the books are so fucking good. Game of Thrones. Like I'm a pretty big reader. I don't know if you guys know that. I like reading, and I'm the same with book series as I am with TV series. I really don't think I've ever finished a book series besides Harry Potter. I can't think of any. But I did finish Game of Thrones, at least up to what it's at right now. And it was so good. And those books are so incredibly long, but I finished them in record time. They're so good. I've even re-listened to the first one already. And if he ever releases the other two, I will be rereading them from the start. I tried to read. I used to not do audiobooks at all. I was only a physical copy reader. But a couple of years ago, sometime around COVID, I got into listening to audiobooks. I can't listen to all books on audio, but some of them I can. I don't know why. But Game of Thrones, that series, I actually think it's better as an audiobook than it is reading it physically, just because there's so many little details and characters. It helps you break it up when you hear somebody else reading it to you. So if you haven't read Game of Thrones yet, go for the audiobooks. We started watching House of Dragons, but I think we only got 2 episodes in, 1 or 2 episodes in, and I don't know why we gave up. We just stopped watching it for some reason. I think because we were watching another series simultaneously, the Lord of the Rings series that came out, which that one was okay. I didn't really like it. We didn't finish that one either. We got like 4 episodes in. It's gonna get a movie? Has any musician ever done that? That's crazy. Like a full length movie, I would watch that. Just because that concept is interesting. I hear thunder. Is it gonna rain? Let me check the weather. This is the boomer in me checking the weather every couple minutes because I detect a slight change in the atmosphere. Oh shit, it's gonna storm. Hopefully the power doesn't go out. Severe thunderstorms? Why? Okay. That would be good for my tomato plants. But yeah, the last 2 books, something tells me he's not ever gonna release them, or he's already written them and he wants them to be released like posthumously after he dies. Is that the right word? Posthumously? Guys, I think this is the longest I've spoken out loud in weeks. So if I sound like an idiot, that's why. I don't ever, when I say I'm a homebody, I'm not joking. I do not ever have a reason to be talking out loud for this long. But yeah, audiobooks are pretty difficult depending on the topic. I think it also has to do a lot with the narrator. If they're bad at narrating, I just I can't do it. Whoa, I had no idea. That's really good. Like a really good concept. Making a movie for your album. I don't know if anybody's ever done that. I'm gonna have to look that up because I know that some people they'll release like behind the scenes movies. Like didn't Ariana Grande do that? But an actual movie. I'm gonna have to look that up. Wisconsin. What's in Wisconsin? 59 degrees in June. That's crazy. It's been like 90 degrees here since February. It's miserable. I honestly am not a Florida gal, even though I've lived here so long. I do not like the weather. And in the summer, when it's hot and you think you can go outside and like do things, you can't actually because it rains every single day. A movie about the theory of Kurt Cobain's wife murdering him. I definitely have watched a movie on a similar topic. So yes, maybe. I've not seen that. What if the Beatles have never existed? That would be interesting to watch. I'm not a huge fan of the Beatles, but I guess they have had a pretty big impact on music. I guess. He posted a couple chapters. I don't even want to read. I don't want to read like little snippets. I want the full book. I don't I I get it that he's taking so long. He's probably like, I got better things to do. And also when you're writing the same thing for so long, it probably gets boring to you, even if everyone's obsessed with it. But I want it. I want to read it. 50 degrees is crazy. Actually, that's my ideal weather because it's like cold, but not too cold. It's like comfortable. I wish it was that temperature here. Yeah, I kind of doubt he's going to finish them. I don't know if you guys read Cormac McCarthy. I wasn't a huge Cormac McCarthy fan, like compared to some people, but I have read a few of his books. He just died. And he just released like 2 books just a couple months before he died. The Harry Potter audiobooks are so good because, yeah, whoever does the reading for them, his voice is perfect. I just read, let me see. I like all types of books. I really don't think I have a preference on genre. There are a few genres that I never really read, like sci-fi. I don't really read sci-fi. That might be it. I don't know why. I don't read sci-fi that much. Let's see. Oh, The Song of Achilles. Why is this ad so loud? I just finished reading The Song of Achilles, and the narrator for that one was so good. I wonder if it'll say Fraser Douglas. I don't know who that is, but his voice, it suited the book perfectly. It was so good. Sometimes I feel like I end up liking a book more because the person who read it was so good. But that book was really good. So good that I went out and I bought it immediately. Right now, I'm reading a few different ones. I don't know if you guys care, but I'm going to tell you what they are. I'm reading The Rise of Modern Japan. By reading, I mean audiobooks. I'm listening to The Rise of Modern Japan. It's one of the Great Courses Plus books. It's like a textbook type of thing. The Tragedy of Heterosexuality by Jane Ward. Happy Pride Month, Coco. And I'm not too far into this one, but it's interesting so far. The Devotion of Suspect X. That's the one I'm mostly listening to right now by Keigo Higashino. He's like a really popular. I hear something happening out there. I think it's my cats. He's a popular Japanese author, and this series is a mystery series, which I hold on. My cats are. What's happening out here? You're being a baby. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Baby. Dude is attacking baby for no reason. But yeah, so this is a mystery series, a murder mystery series, and I never really read mystery. Every now and again, like Girl on a Train is probably the most recent one I've read. That one was pretty good. Wisconsin, I've never been there, but I've been to Minnesota. Wait, was it Minnesota? I don't know, one of the ones up there, and it was beautiful. It was beautiful. In theory, it would be my ideal place to live, like just nothing around you, but mountains and trees and snow. It was so pretty, but there was no internet, so I don't think I could live there. Blood Meridian, all the pretty horses. That's the most recent McCarthy book that I read. It is hard to get into reading when you aren't a reader to begin with. I think the most important thing is to find a genre that you like, because for me, I'm the type that once I'm like in the headspace for a certain genre, I like that's all I listen to for a few months. Like sometimes all I care about listening to is nonfiction. Like I'll get stuck on a certain topic. Like recently, it's the history of Japan, but for a very long time, it was like World War II, and that's all I read for a long time is World War II nonfiction. So I would play around with different genres. I think the easiest place to start is teen fiction. Like pick a genre and then go for teen fiction because it's a lot easier in terms of like just getting through the book because it's more of a light read than something super intense. And some people look down that, but there's some crazy good teen fiction out there. Like, what are these authors doing? Just serving such good books to all these teenagers out here, and no adults are going to read them. But yeah, I'm that makes me really happy that you've started trying to get into reading because it's I don't know, I think it's a unique hobby that not many people are into these days. That I don't know. When you talk to people about reading, they're like, "Oh, what do you read?" And then there's like the staple books that everyone has read, and so that's what you end up talking about. But at least in real life, online, obviously, I meet a lot of people who read, but in real life, I don't meet many people who are frequent readers. Yeah, I like reading a bunch of different genres. Um, Probably my overall favorite is anything historical. So nonfiction and fiction. If it has a historical aspect to it, I love it. There's not many books that I gravitate towards that have a modern concept that are set in like present day. I don't know why. Maybe it's because I'm like trying to escape from right now that I gravitate towards historical fiction um, and nonfiction, but that genre interests me in particular. World War II has World War II is one of the most interesting historical events to read about because almost every country participated in it. So reading about sorry, I hit the mic. Reading about World War II in Japan, it's not going to be even close to the same as reading about World War II in like France or even America. So I got really immersed in World War II for a very long time, and even now I still go back to it because it's so interesting. There's so much to read about during that time period. Just not related, but just talking about that reminding me I'm going to deviate for a second. Last night I was on TikTok at like 6 a.m. and this guy, he's like spreading this crazy misinformation about what the average earnings were during the Dust Bowl during the Great Depression. And he was saying that the average earnings were like 4,500 a year, which would equate to 80,000, 80 to 90,000 in today's money. Even just listening to those numbers, doesn't that already, like, you can already deduce that that's not correct, right? That's what I would think. Because they wouldn't have been in such a tragic financial situation if people were making 80 to $90,000 a year. First of all, things cost significantly less back then. I'm ranting for no reason right now. But then I go in the comments and everyone was just taking him at his word. I'm like, you guys did no research. You just trusted this random man on TikTok to give you facts. And so then I just looked it up. I just Googled it. Already I knew that his numbers weren't correct. But everything I read was saying it's more close to between 1,200 to 1,800 a year was the average income, which in today's money is like 33,000. Much more reasonable for when they're going through a financial crisis. I don't know why I brought that up, but the World War II thing reminded me of that, even though they're separate time periods. Yes, Ken, Greek and Roman mythology is very interesting. The Song of Achilles, that book that I just read, that had to do with Greek mythology. And when I was a teenager, I was heavily invested in Greek and Roman mythology. There's a funny thing that I see online that people are like, every bisexual has a Greek and Roman mythology like phase, and it's true. Same for Egyptian phase. Percy Jackson, I've actually never read. I think I read one of the books back in the day, but I need to actually read that series because I think I would like it. Sorry, I'm backtracking now on the messages. Vibrator. That sounds very interesting. I'm gonna look that up. What did I just do? That's a really, yeah, I'm gonna probably add that to my to read list. I think I would like that. Coco, I do that too on some, especially audiobooks. That's why I listen to so many audiobooks now, because I can listen while I'm doing like chores. But in terms of physical books, yeah, I'll end up with a stack on my desk because I started the first 2 chapters, set it down, and then when will I ever finish it again? I don't know. Yeah, reading is something, it's like, it's a hard thing to justify because it does take up time. You could be doing anything else. But I think that's why I've gotten really into the audiobooks, because I can multitask with them. But yeah, it was crazy because he was using his numbers to try and prove his point, which is that in modern day, like presently, we're in our own little Great Depression and we're earning less than they were back then. Even though that was supposed to be the worst financial crisis America's ever had. But I'm like, you could just say the real numbers, and actually it still adds to your point that we're not in a good spot financially. There's no reason for you to put out these false numbers and inflate it to something horribly incorrect. And 60,000 people online are reading or listening to this, and they just think it's true. I keep hearing noises. I don't know what my cats are doing. Yeah, I didn't finish the series, but I read the first 2 books of The Indian in the Cupboard. What am I hearing? Suspicious noises happening. Yeah, and like, I mean, I don't know. You don't have to fact check everything as long as you're not going off repeating the information, I guess. But there's certain things. Maybe they don't know enough about the Great Depression. I was very invested in the Great Depression at one point, so maybe I took this way too personally. But as soon as I heard him say they were making the equivalent of 80,000 a year, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me?" There's no way. There's no way. First of all, you can still talk to people who are still alive today who were in the Great Depression. I know one. She's 103 years old. Or at least their parents would have been in the Great Depression. And so it's like, even if you just talk to people whose families went through experiences during that time, you can gauge that income, that number is way off. It's so incredibly off. But I commented. Usually when I comment on something and I'm the one contrarian comment, they'll respond to me, but they didn't respond this time. Probably because he's just going to pretend he's correct. Anyways. Yeah, Greek and Roman mythology is very interesting because, like, I don't know, it's what my brain is shutting down mid thought. It's a unique like genre that I feel like there's nothing else similar to it. Even when you read fairy tales and stuff from, like, I don't know, ancient Japan or China, it feels very different. Egyptian history, though, Egyptian and Roman, I think that's why a lot of people who like Roman and Greek mythology, they tend to like Egyptian history. It's because they're kind of similar. I was reading some book on Egypt recently. I forget what it was called. I'll look it up in a second. But one of the things they said was that Cleopatra, I don't know, they were talking about how old Egypt was. And it was like, whatever, I shouldn't have even brought it up because now I can't remember the exact reference. They used the reference of something to say how old Egypt was, and it made me realize, holy shit, like the pyramids were built way, way, way later or earlier than I thought they were built. I'm gonna have to look this up. Wait, let me look up the book first. There's too many thoughts in my head, and they're coming out not properly. I forget how to communicate out loud. Okay, wait. Oh, damn. How long ago was this that I read this? I feel like it was more recent. Did I delete it? What the heck? I can't find it. Oh, it's called When Women Ruled the World by Kara Cooney. And she was going over the history of female Egyptian queens, which was really interesting because there's really only like 5. Yeah, it's crazy old. I wish I could remember what she compared it to, because, like, even if I were to look up the year, it wouldn't have made such an impact as her comparing it. Like, I think she was saying there was still woolly mammoths walking the earth or something like that when the first pyramids were built. And that blew my mind. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. That, like, it rocked my world. Yeah, like, so, I mean, we've had a lot of the same. I fucking have cat hair all over my face. We have had a lot of the same things happening right now as they did during the Great Depression, like the banks shutting down. But it's a little different now because a lot of people, you can just move your money digitally. Like, it's not the same. So I don't even know, did that impact anybody besides businesses, maybe? I don't keep up with it too much, honestly. But I do know a lot of people, like my dad lives out in the country, and out there, a lot of people are old and poor. And even if a lot of people haven't seen the effects of inflation, they're heavily seeing it out there. Like, a lot of his friends are super struggling because even if everything since the pandemic, everything has been inflated in price, but even if your grocery bill, each item on there goes up by $1, for some people that's a lot. When I lived in Hawaii, I was on a very strict $20 a week food budget. So imagine you get, like, I don't know, 10 items, and that's what you're supposed to live on for the week, and each of those 10 items goes up by $1. Suddenly my food budget went from $20 to $30, and that's a lot when you're broke. And I think that a lot of people, they can't relate to that, and I don't know why, because maybe they've never had to be poor before. everyone should have to be poor for a little bit, like 3 months, just so they can get the full scope of what most of America is like for most people. Well, I don't know most people. I gotta look that up. What's the average amount of people who are living below the average income? Because I did look up what the average yearly income is for Americans now, and it's like 54,000 or something like that. But 54,000, that is a comfortable wage depending on where you live. Like if you live where I live, that's comfortable. And if you're single especially. But if you made 54,000 in like Hawaii or California or New York, that's not a lot. I think that's why so many people my age, millennials, we've given up on having kids, because that's like, bro, that's not why I'm not having kids, but it is an additional reason. Too much money. But yeah, the pandemic definitely fucked people up. Like whether they realized the impact that it had, I think it did have a huge impact on a lot of people's mental health and just, I don't know, everything. The way that we function. Like for me, I've always been a homebody, but since the pandemic, I don't know how to tell you guys. It is so hard for me to force myself to go outside. Like it got me way too used to being inside. And now I'm like, this is how I'm gonna live the rest of my life. I'm a hermit now. Oh, what are you doing? Booty? This is Booty. Oh, boo, 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 boo. Oh, boo, 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 boo. Just say hi. She's never been on stream before. Hi, Boo Cat. Okay, I think she wants to go out. So cute. She's got big old eyes. Hell yeah, good on your mom. That's the way to do it. Marry rich. Yeah, I grew up really poor. And then as I got into high school, I don't know how or why, but it seems like our financial situation seemed to even out. And now that I'm adult, because they have no kids living with them, they're fine. But yeah, it was a rough time growing up poor, but an important time because I think it taught me a lot. That and I didn't realize this at the time, but you even meet somebody when you grow up poor, you meet somebody who's middle class, and you realize that even between you and them, there's a huge divide. Like most of my friends grew up poor, but I have a few that grew up middle class, and I'm like, you had a boat, bro. Unfathomable. You had your own room? That's crazy. Some poor people have their own room, but like we were a family of 5, so that was not the case. I didn't even have a bed until I was in like 11th grade. I slept on the floor. Yeah, to be able to buy a house, I mean, the only people I know buying houses are people who work online because they've like, tapped into the better earning markets. But as far as having a real life job anywhere, where do you work? Where do you work that you can make enough money to buy a house? Like doctors, lawyers. I guess if you do anything in tech, I know a lot of tech people that make pretty good money. And it depends on where you live, because like where I live, it's not completely unreasonable. Like if you have a decent job, you can still buy a house. But some places, yeah. Like we were looking at Austin at one point, just because like there's a lot of YouTubers there, and Austin, it's just a cool place. But we were looking at houses, and I think the cheapest house that we saw was $1 million. Isn't that crazy? And it was smaller than like what we live in now, like square footage wise. Yeah, once you like, so when I turned 18, my mom's Filipino. And so she gave me a choice at 18. She's like, you can start paying rent or you can move out. And I was like, if I'm going to pay rent, I'm going to move out anyways, because like I may as well live on my own. I didn't live on my own. I moved out with a boyfriend. Don't do that. But it did teach me a lot living on my own so early on. And things are not cheap, especially in Hawaii. That was rough. But it taught me really, really quick to be good with my money. Well, we went through different phases. There was one point where we lived in a tent when I was really young, and I slept on a plastic box. And then we moved around to various places, and it seems like we were living with people, maybe people my parents knew. And then we moved into an RV, and that's where I lived for the longest. And I had a bed in the RV. It was a shared bed, but so me and my siblings all slept on the same bed. But I lived in the RV the longest, and then I don't really remember the timeline. My mom rejoined the military. And so at some point, I did start having my own room, I think in like 8th or 9th grade, but couldn't afford a bed. So it was very Japanese. We had a floor sleeping setup, which I'm fine with. I've actually read that it's better for you to sleep on the floor for your back. I don't know if that's true. Wait, did anyone answer my question? Does live streaming still count towards your watch time hours? I'm going to look it up. I think yes. I have more than enough subscribers, but not enough watch time, so I'm not monetized. But I want to get my channel monetized. And then maybe I'll be motivated to post more videos. Maybe. Yeah. I've heard Long Island is crazy expensive because the people who live there have lived there like forever. Like it's very generational. The people who live there, they don't leave. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I've heard. And there used to be a bunch of mansions out there on Long Island. I've never been there. I've been in New York City many times, but I've never been to Long Island. I should have checked what my watch time was before I got on stream so I could compare. Well, it was a few years ago that they took away my monetization because they were like, you have to have a certain number of watch times, certain number of subscribers, and I didn't hit the amount that they wanted. And since then I haven't really posted on YouTube. Which if I was smart, I would have posted, and by now I would have been monetized. But I also heard that if you live stream, that counts towards your watch time to get monetized. Because you have to have 1,000 subscribers, which I have more than that. And then you have to have 4,000 watch hours in the last 365 days. Or somehow, if you got 10 million views on your YouTube shorts in the last 3 months, that's crazy. Is that possible? Is that possible when you're not an established creator already? Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, Long Island. Isn't that where P. Diddy, he has his like, he used to have a white party. I don't know. I feel like I used to see everyone, all these celebrities posting they're going to P. Diddy's white party, and it was on Long Island. Oh, that's rain. I was like, what is that? Yeah, so I'm at 174 right now. I don't know if that's counting the time I've streamed today or not. So I just need to remember that number and check when I'm offline. I do think I'll be streaming more often. I wasn't sure about the YouTube streaming setup. And also it's weird because like I find it hard to justify streaming sometimes because I'm like, it's not really making me money, but it probably does contribute to my brand in some way. It makes people feel connected to me. Also, it is fun sometimes. I used to, for like the first 8 years of me doing the online thing, I was only live streaming. And that was exhausting. And I will not be doing that again. I could not be a sole live streamer. Hold on. Another cat is knocking on the door. Yeah. Oh, she's back. She's back. You're nothing but a blob and eyeballs. Yeah, I don't think that YouTube. Well, so at Creator Class, so I have a very good benefit, and it's that I know a lot of YouTubers, so I get to hear their insight. But I only seem to know relatively popular YouTubers, and so maybe the opinion is not balanced. I need to talk to some. What is happening? I need to talk to varying degrees of YouTubers and popularity to see and hear about their earnings experience and their growth experience. Because is it harder to grow on YouTube nowadays now that so many people are on YouTube? I don't know. I haven't been active, so I don't know. And like, yeah, do you even make money if you're not making what is the current popular thing on YouTube? Because I don't even watch American YouTube. I don't watch anybody on American YouTube. I only watch Japanese and Korean vloggers and then a few artists who happen to be in Australia. So I couldn't even tell you like what's popular and what kind of content I should be making for people right now. What are you doing? What are you doing? Do you want in there? And then I guess it's good in terms of if you're consistently posting, then you have a good backlog of videos for people to watch, and you'll continuously earn even a little bit. And then in theory, it's good for transferring people over to your actual paid sites. Like for me, that's certain websites, and for other people, it's like selling merch or whatever. Some people sell like books and shit. But so it's kind of good as a way to put your face out there to convince people to pay you on other things. What are you doing? I feel like she has a lizard that she's chasing or something. Yeah, 10 million is an insane number. It does say views. So that might be easier to get on a short because what do they count as a view? Like if it repeats more than once, is that more than one view? Because some people just sit there and watch the same short over and over again. I could experiment with that. Like for 90 days straight, just post a short and see if I can hit 10 million. I don't know. I'm going to do the math. If I posted 90 videos and I needed 10 million views, each video would need over 100,000 views. I guess that's not horrible. Posting 90 videos would probably be the hardest part. Yeah, Twitch, I'm more comfortable streaming on there because that's where I was streaming. But when I saw, is that the wind? I'm hearing some crazy noises. I realized I never even posted this on my main Twitter. Yeah, Twitch, but I decided to stream on here because number one, it's scary going back to a platform after you haven't been on there a while. So I was like, I'll just start over. And I saw that I think it counts towards your watch time for getting monetized. So I figured it was worth a try. It sounds like my computer's overheating and dying. I think in general, most YouTubers, yeah, I don't think they make a lot. And even if you see some YouTubers, like you'll see them get money from ads and you'll think it's a lot of money, but then you have to average it across how many ads are they getting and then total it for the year, because they're usually not doing anything else. And I don't know, it for a lot of people, I think it ends up not being a lot of money. But that's why you see a lot of YouTubers pushing like Patreon and merch and stuff, and other paid things. I actually don't know what else do people sell as a YouTuber. I feel like merch is the main thing. And then I'm on TikTok, but I still have no idea like how people make money on there, because on my old account I was on the partner program or whatever they call it, where you get paid, and you don't get paid shit. It's like it's worse than what you get paid on YouTube in terms of ad rev. It's garbage money. You have to, I don't know, even Addison Rae, the most popular TikToker, I bet she makes maybe $1,000 a month off of the TikTok ad rev. So it has to be like you get sponsored or something. Oh, Kickstarter, yeah, Indiegogo and stuff. True. Whoa, this is the most social I've been in forever. How long have I been on? An hour and a half. I was checking Twitter. I have two Twitter. Well, I have multiple Twitter accounts, but my main Twitter, the Brit Chantil one, it's been so dead lately. I think I killed it. I don't know what I did to it. So I've just kind of been ditching it and hanging out on my second account where I just post whatever. But it's like he wants you to be posting constantly to get the interaction. And I'm like, what am I supposed to tweet? What am I supposed to talk about? I don't know what. Somehow when I was younger, I would tweet 50 times a day. I would love to know what I was talking about. I wasn't doing anything more than I am now. So I'm like, what was I talking about? What was I tweeting about? And even other people, when I see what they're tweeting about, I'm like, I don't know. I wonder, is that the general opinion, is that it's dying? I do feel like that a little bit, Like, so I use it a lot for business, obviously, and on some sites you can use a tracking link to see where your people are coming from. And even though I'm of the opinion that Instagram is fucking dead in the water, I still get more people from Instagram than I do from Twitter, which is kind of wild. Because in general, I get more interaction on Twitter. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I think it might be because he's been tweaking the algorithm a lot and adding and taking away things, and so it's like people haven't figured out how to use the new Twitter, and I'm one of them. I don't know. There was a very, very brief period. It was when he introduced the For You page. My Twitter was popping off because I think my tweets were showing up on the For You page. But now it's like it's dead again. Like I'll post a picture and it gets 10 likes. I'm like 10 out of 30,000 people. Doesn't that seem a little off to you? But I guess in general I don't care. Twitter's good for interacting with people in the industry, like keeping in touch. But also we have Discord now, so you don't even really need Twitter. Instagram is still my least favorite though. I do like using the story, but other than that, I don't really use Instagram. I think I did post today though, or maybe that was yesterday. Let me see. Why does it seem like there's more ads on Spotify than actual music? I'm drinking water. This is a shocking turn of events. I don't like drinking water. I don't like water. But I've found out that if I switch up the cup that I'm drinking water out of every now and then it motivates me a little bit. If I drink 3 of these, that's my daily water intake. I never drink 3, though. It's usually about 2. I'm on my second one. I don't know how some people easily drink a gallon of water a day, and I have no idea how they do that. I wish I knew. That's true. I just need to tweet about everything that I'm doing. I've gotten out of the habit of doing that because in my head, I'm like, this is boring. But it does get people to interact and feel like they know you a little bit. I think that's what I've gotten really bad at, especially since COVID. Like, I really felt my ability to function on social media completely declined when COVID hit. I think it's because there were so many people posting during that time that I got overwhelmed and I was like, I don't want to be posting. But yeah, if you like aren't posting things for people to connect with you, then it's like you can't be a brand online. And I am a brand online. And so I need to post things that people can relate to me on rather than just posting pictures of my butt every 3 days. So that's good advice. I'll start doing that again. I'll try. Remind me. Discord, yeah. I banned the guy. I don't know. Is he back? I don't get notifications anymore for some reason. I had to get a new phone, so maybe I didn't download it. Poggers. What? Really? How much did you weigh to start with? All right, is that like, I guess water does help you lose weight because it's like flushing out all the toxins. Lately, I've been thinking I want to lose a couple pounds. Not a lot, just a couple. But it's hard because I don't eat that much. I'm just very sedentary. So I'd have to do something active. And that's not really my thing. Wow, I hope you're losing it in a healthy way, but that's very good. Congratulations. That's a lot. What's your height? Because I'm 5'2", and so like even when I gain like 3 pounds, like if you guys look at pictures from me a couple years ago, my face is it's so round now. And I wouldn't even think that, but just comparing it to when I was like 5 pounds lighter, it's in my face and my thighs. No, you shouldn't be ashamed because for me, I'm like, whatever. I don't even register weight as being an issue for people. I know that other people do not feel that way. And for myself, I have like a weight I'd prefer to be. You're 5'2" also? Yeah. So you get it. When you're short, every little pound, it counts because it shows. Tall people, they got it easy. What does this button do? Oh, ooh, I can do a poll. Let me think of a good question. Yeah, I blocked them. I don't even know how they found it, my Discord actually, because I don't advertise it anywhere. And I'm pretty sure you need an invite code. So I wonder if it was somebody who was already in there and then they like went rogue for some reason. But yeah, losing weight's hard. So I really admire people who are motivated enough to stick to it. Because for me, sweets are my biggest downfall. I love bread and I love sugar. I have started drinking my coffee black though. That probably saves on like 5 grams of sugar a day, but it makes me feel like I'm doing something. And then I replace that sugar by eating the sugar in other areas. Yeah, Ken, I want to hear more about your situation and like what's the update with everything. Yeah, and it's especially hard when you're young. Like once I got to a certain age, probably mid-20s, I did not even think about my weight. But I know when I was younger, it was like it was on my mind constantly. And I've always been roughly the same way. I fluctuate a little bit, but I don't know. Our culture really uh ingrains it in women especially that you need to be a certain look, a certain weight. True. Well, I grew up with a very health conscious mom. And um it was good when I was young, but I think it had a backfiring effect because now I'm like addicted to sugar. Um, Not to say that's all on her. Of course, that's my fault too. But it is hard to find a good and healthy balance with food, especially when the most delicious food is not good for you. Although, as an adult, I've also discovered that a lot of food that I didn't like growing up, it's either because I didn't like it because it was frozen food or like cooked in a way that I didn't like. So becoming an adult is nice because you can learn to like cook things in a way that you actually like them and will eat them. Like now, I love broccoli, which is so crazy. I love broccoli. I'll eat it every day. I could eat it multiple times a day. It's my favorite food. Wait, are you joking that it's quiet? Because I don't know if you guys can hear the noises, but I keep hearing random noises like my cats are doing something. Maybe I'm just like hyper aware because I'm like, are they eating plastic or something? Knocking something over? Yes, carbs are the hardest thing to get over. And it's like, it's not something that you can really make healthy. Like eating wheat bread does not hit the same as eating a regular piece of toast. I'm sorry. I don't care what health nuts say. It's simply not the same. However, some things that I've been doing is, well, I don't know. You're only 18, you said? I don't know if you buy your own groceries. But I buy like organic unbleached flour and I make my own bread now. And I, I don't know if it actually does anything for you, but I just feel better about eating bread when I think I'm eating something slightly more healthy. Because they always say in Europe, bread is like the staple food, and Europeans don't get overweight like we do. So I think it has something to do with all the preservatives that are put into our breads. So, and it might be the same with eating bread from the bakery section of grocery stores because they bake it every day. But I just like baking it myself. Oh, is that good? The lentil pasta? I'm not a huge pasta person. It's really weird. Like, I love bread so much. I love rice, but pasta, and I like pasta like non-European pasta. I like Asian pastas, like noodles. I eat some kind of Asian noodle dish like multiple times a week. Jeez Louise, these cats. But yeah, as far as like spaghetti and stuff, I'm not really a fan. I don't know why. I think it's because when we grew up poor, we ate a lot of pasta dishes like that. And I'm not so into it. I'll eat spaghetti like once a month. I do like macaroni and cheese though. I've been trying to stop myself from eating boxed mac and cheese because it's probably really not good for you, but it's so good taste wise. Yes, broccoli, best vegetable, hands down. It's so good. You can use it in so many different ways. What is odd though is I don't really like cauliflower. I do like fried, like tempura style cauliflower though. Spinach is okay. I like kale a lot for some reason. A lot of the vegetables I do like are dark green, which I think are the best ones for you, so that's good. Um, Bok choy, love bok choy. Carrots. I I recently discovered there's actually a lot of people who don't like carrots, which is the weirdest thing to me. Because to me, carrots are like, I don't know, they're just so. What wouldn't you like about a carrot? They're crunchy. They're kind of sweet. I don't know. I can't imagine not liking carrots. And recently, I've started making myself like bell peppers. For the longest time, I would not eat bell peppers, but they're really good for you. So I've started forcing myself. Brussels sprouts, I like them when they're very crispy, but they can have like a kind of bitter taste. Asparagus, it depends on what I'm eating it with. I used to, when I was younger, I loved asparagus. And for some reason, the older I got, maybe I burnt out on it. I don't like it as much. Yeah, American food in general is really bad because of all the preservatives. Like I started grocery shopping more at Trader Joe's. Um, I don't really have. Well, these cookies are from Trader Joe's. But you just look at anything at a regular grocery store, and the ingredient list is crazy. Like, you don't know what half of the things in it are. But this, like, these cookies are from Trader Joe's, which these are really good, by the way. And everything's pretty standard. Like, you know what everything is. There's no like random red 40 in here for no fucking reason. So just switching grocery stores helped me with that a lot. I do, even though I've gained weight, I do feel like the foods I'm eating are healthier. It's just the amount that I'm eating. I don't know why, but I am on a huge sweets kick the last 2 years. No self-control. I love sugar. I'm probably gonna get diabetes. Oh, okay. Yeah, if I don't like pasta anyways, I should just eat one that's healthier for me, right? I'm gonna buy some. I'm gonna try it out. Cause yeah, I only eat spaghetti like literally once a year. Um, Not once a year, once a month. So it can't hurt to try. I do think I'm lacking in the protein area. I don't get enough protein. Some days I get a lot, sometimes I get none. I have a very chaotic way of eating. I only eat what I feel like eating. And sometimes that's good. Sometimes I'll be on a super healthy kick and I'll eat only healthy foods for the whole day. And some days not. Somebody's still in my closet. Ramen. I've had to cut back on ramen. It's so salty. When I wake up the day after eating ramen, my face is a balloon. Yeah, it's weird that I don't like spaghetti. It's like the most basic food, but I don't know. I don't know. I do need to try the Annie's mac and cheese. I've not tried that one. I tried the vegan one. I didn't really like that one. Yes, I ate a lot of fruit. I love fruit. Bye, John. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah, I think I will. Now that I've like tested the platform a little bit, I think I will stream more often. I don't know how often, but more than I have. Okay. My cats keep going in and out. I need a little cat flap door. I love fruit. I love fruit. It's kind of expensive though. I definitely feel like fruit has gone up in price. Like my absolute favorite fruit is always expensive, blackberries, because I can eat one. The tubs are really small. I can eat one tub in one sitting, and they're usually like anywhere from $4 to $6. That's a lot. That's a lot of money for a little bit of fruit. But I do. I love fruit. Sugar-free marshmallows. Have you tried them? I'm not sure what that would taste like because the ingredients on marshmallows are 50% sugar. Are they using a fake sugar? That's interesting. My issue with a lot of sugar-free stuff is that instead of just making it like, I don't know, sweetening it with something else like honey, they use crazy fake sugars like stevia, and I hate the taste of stevia. I'd rather something just be unflavored than fake sugar flavor. Yeah, probably. I love blackberries. I bought some recently though, and they weren't very good. I don't know. Is it not blackberry season? I have a blackberry bush, and I'm so mad because I had one that was almost ready, and something else ate it. Some creature. True. I would like to try that. I'm definitely down for like trying to find healthier versions of things. I don't go out of my way to like eat unhealthily. It just happens because everything I naturally gravitate towards is unhealthy. Yeah, the lights, my room is like naturally so dark. I don't know why. So I have lights galore up here. It like constantly looks like Christmas in my room. And I have a ring light because it's so dark. But the lighting is pretty good today. I'm using the Logitech Brio because the other Logitech that I have is from like fucking 2016. It's very old. And no matter what I do with the lighting in my room, it it just looks bad. I look orange. Do I hear another cat? Oh my goodness. Say hi, baby. um Yeah, because they do it is like a sticker, so there could definitely be bugs hiding behind them. But I figure that's future me's problem. And I won't see them until I take it off the wall. But the other lights that I have, they're LED string lights. So those are good because they can just hang. They don't like taped anything. And I'm so mad because I got those one lights that every streamer has. They're like triangle and octagon shape. I forget what they're called. They're like LED light panels. I bought those. They were pretty fucking expensive. I think they were like $300. And because I'm in very humid Florida weather, they will not stick to my walls no matter what I use. And what? Really? Oh, really? And I haven't found a way to keep them hung up. So I should probably just resell them. Because I have not been using them. What are you eating? No, that was Egg. The one who's always talking is Egg. She got a lot to say. Egg, what are you eating? I have this popcorn from when I went to the movies the other day, and I'm gonna see if it's stale. I know you can't see them. Well, they look roughly the same, but you haven't seen Bully. Oh. Movie popcorn is the best. I went to see Kiki's Delivery Service. You guys watch any Studio Ghibli movies? They're having a Ghibli Fest this year, and every each movie, like each month, there's a different Ghibli movie playing in theaters for like 3 days. And this month, it was Kiki's Delivery Service. This is salty. In general, though, I don't have a preference. I like both. It's actually best when you have both, so you can eat one and one. I love Kiki's Delivery Service. It's probably, even though it's not my favorite Ghibli movie, it probably is the one I watch the most just because, like, I don't know, it has a very specific comforting vibe that the other movies don't have. My favorite one is Howl's Moving Castle. Top 10. Good taste. What else? What's everyone's absolute favorite movie? Mine changes depending on my mood. It might be Howl's Moving Castle. I think it is. If we're talking in terms of movie that I watch the most over time and go back to, it's probably Howl's Moving Castle. But I also really love Pride and Prejudice, the 2007 one. But Studio Ghibli, they're all good. And I feel like my favorites change within just that category. Rocky Horror Picture Show is good. I haven't watched that in a long time. I need to rewatch that. Tim Curry in that movie is iconic. There are other movies that I really, really like, but I don't watch as much just because it's like you don't need to watch them as much. Like they don't. I don't know how to put it. Some movies have a really comforting vibe that makes you want to watch it over and over again, like Howl's Moving Castle and Kiki's Delivery Service. But I also really like The Prestige. Have you guys seen that movie? I fucking love that movie. But there's no need to like watch it over and over again in a short period of time. Am I too close to the mic when I'm eating? I don't know what you guys are hearing. Mononoke. Mononoke is in my top 5 for Ghibli favorites. I love that one. Back to the Future. That one's okay. Greg, remember Greg, Ken? I think that's his favorite movie too. What was that? I'm hearing some scary noises coming out of my closet. I don't know what's in there. I'm just gonna pretend it's nothing. I do want to start doing ASMR streams again. That was fun. I was looking up if gardening helps you lose weight. And I don't think it does. Not a lot, anyways. Or you'd have to do a lot. This is the worst thing that happened during the pandemic. No longer a movie theater sponsored by Coke. Now it's Pepsi products. Pepsi's the worst. I'm a Coke girly. Ooh. This one's like just a kernel. Pepsi's so gross. It tastes like cough syrup. Okay. Wait, can you? Oh. Interesting. So you can't message users on here. I guess that would get pretty chaotic if you could. Mm-hmm. I read the Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. I have that book somewhere over there. It was pretty good. They made a movie. I didn't know they made a movie. Was that good? I'm gonna look that up. Oh my god, it takes so long to type with one hand. How do people do this? Oh shit, they did make a movie. It has a very bad rating. I probably won't watch that. But Matt Smith is in it. Pepsi is so not good. There are some good other Pepsi products though. Like, don't they do the orange soda? I do like orange soda. There was at one point private messaging. I have no idea what happened to that. I keep dropping. Why did they do this? Why is the N backwards? I guess to you guys, the N is the only one that looks correct. I hate that. Pepsi Zero, that's what they're advertising. That's even worse than regular Pepsi. I wish that Coca-Cola would come out with a good low sugar Coca-Cola. If they could do that, actually no, they probably should not do that because I'll get re-addicted. I just stopped drinking Coke during COVID. That was a very hard thing to cut out. But Coke Zero has aspartame in it, like the fake sugar, and I don't think I like that. But I'll have to try it because maybe the other flavors in Coke overpowers it. Are you someone who likes bad movies? I did try one of the Zevia, and I forget what flavor I had, but it actually was okay. I think it was root beer because it's like root beer already has an odd herby medicinal taste to it. But if I don't like it, then I may as well just not drink it. Because I'm a really big tea person, so I'm fine with, and I don't sweeten my tea. So if I want something that's not water but has a little bit of flavor, I just go for like green tea, iced green tea. Sucralose, that's even worse. Is that the one that's bad for you? There's one of those that, or is it aspartame? One of them are like poison. Oh, sucralose is the one. Yeah, Diet Coke, horrible for you. Which is why they made Coke Zero, but now I guess that has something in it that's bad for you. What I'm thinking is that Coke probably just doesn't taste good unsweetened, so they have to keep putting random shit in it. I'll try the Coke Zero. Well, I'll look at the ingredients and I'll try it. There was a new Coke product out that I want to try. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I think it's been out for a while, but I just saw it. It's like Coke mixed with coffee. Sounds a little crazy to me. A little wild and crazy. But I want to try it. Oh, they're clear? Oh, because it's just like carbonated water, right? Yeah, I like when things have like a color to it. So I feel like I'm, I don't know, drinking something other than water. Berry tea is very good. There's a berry hibiscus tea. I forget the brand, but if you make it iced, it's so good. There's another drink like Zevia Poppy. I think that's the brand. I've only had one. It wasn't that good. I do want to try other ones though, because people love that on TikTok. Oh, Olipop? Is that what I'm thinking? Wait, no, I think they're two separate ones. Olipop? I don't think I've tried that one. Yeah, it's just better to drink water in general. But every once in a while, you want a nice little drinky drink. A fun little drink. Yeah, Coke and coffee, because they're both such strong flavors. Also, my two most addicted to things. So that's why I'm like, I should try it. But also, maybe not, because if I get addicted to it, that's a bad thing. No, I don't think it's Coke Black. It comes in like a brown and red can. Let me look it up. Hold on. Oh, yeah. It's just called Coca-Cola with coffee. Oh shit. There's different flavors now. Vanilla, dark blend. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I want to try. I want to try one of these. What was the one that came out like last year? Mountain Dew Flaming Hot Cheetos or something like that. That one was okay. I'm not really into Mountain Dew. To me, that one tastes very syrupy. But it didn't taste like Flaming Hot Cheetos. It just tasted like cinnamon. And I love cinnamon. I do. Actually, I love raisins. It's a very boomer food, but I love raisins. Yes, I put them in my oatmeal. My perfect oatmeal is walnuts and raisins. It's so good. I keep thinking there's something on this tooth, but this tooth is just casting a shadow here. It's very off-putting to look at. I'm gonna need a ring light for this side of my face. What the fuck is hard Mountain Dew? Oh, like alcohol? I don't drink, but that's crazy. Are people drinking that? Yeah, because the whole reason for White Claw I thought was so that there was less sugar and calories. Some alcohol Mountain Dew, that's like the complete opposite. Yes, walnut and raisins. I don't know who thought of it because I've been having that combination in my oatmeal since I was like a baby. So, so whoever thought of that, genius. It's the perfect combination in oatmeal. That is weird because like first of all, I don't meet many people who eat oatmeal. It's like an old person food, but that we have the same combo is funny too. It's so good. And then I like eating it with toast, even though that's more carbs. But it adds to the flavor. I try to not eat toast with it lately though. I eat oatmeal almost every single day. But I have been trying to eat eggs for breakfast sometimes so I can get more protein. But I'm not really an egg girly. I don't really like eggs. Mm-hmm. The little The cute little tiny raisin boxes. So fun. Oh, really? Canadians eat oatmeal? That makes sense. I don't know why, but that it's because they're British, pretty much. And in my head, British people like oatmeal. I don't know if that's actually true. Oh, is it good for losing weight? Okay, good to know. I love oatmeal though. You can do so many things with it. Have you tried like baked oatmeal? It turns it into like banana bread type texture. There's a lot of good recipes. Just look up, if you haven't tried it, look up baked oatmeal. And you can do a lot of things with it. And it makes you feel like you're eating a little treat if you get tired of the mushy texture. Apple cinnamon oatmeal. That's the one I get. I have been trying to um, eat steel cut oats because that's the one that actually is good for you. And I'm pretty sure the packets of apple cinnamon oatmeal probably aren't that great for you. But that is my go-to. Like every time I have a migraine, apple cinnamon oatmeal with walnuts, raisins, that's what I eat all day when I have a migraine. So I try and save the packets for migraine days. And then on other days, I try and eat the healthy oatmeal. Yeah, you should try it, Ken, because I don't know what it is, but the combination of walnuts and raisins are so good in oatmeal specifically. I don't know about in other things. It's so good. It's so good. And the next thing I want to try that's like similar to oatmeal is rice porridge because you can eat it savory or not. I really want to try that. I feel like I will love it. I saw it in an anime recently. And I don't know. Do you guys know what grits are? It's like a southern food, but that's pretty much what I imagine rice porridge to be like. It's a savory oatmeal type thing. I actually don't even know what it's made out of. Corn, maybe? I don't know. But they're good. Sometimes in the mornings I'll make grits bowls. You layer grits, eggs, hash browns, and then I do like a vegan sausage, but you can do whatever. And it's so good. It's delicious. Okay. I should switch then to like the steel cut oats entirely. It's probably better for me anyways. It takes longer to cook, but I'm just lazy. Yes, brown sugar is really good. Brown sugar and cinnamon. Cinnamon, I don't know what it is. I love cinnamon. I at one point I forget what symptoms I was having, but I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with me? And I googled it, and it turns out you can have too much cinnamon. You can overdose on cinnamon. So I don't remember what it was, but it was very specific. And when I looked it up, it was like, you're probably eating too much cinnamon. So that was a shocking thing to learn because I love cinnamon. Yeah, grits are good. I haven't had them in a while. I get burnt out on them pretty quick, but I go through phases where all I want to eat are grits. They're so good. I've never had sweet grits. To me, that sounds a little scary. What do you put in sweet grits? Yeah, people like putting shrimp in their grits. Not me, because I don't eat meat. But that seems to be a popular combo. Yeah, the packets are. I get the packets for when I have migraines, but I should just cut them out entirely because I do eat them more than I should. And it's almost equally as easy to just cook them from scratch. Oh, I thought the cinnamon challenge was dangerous because like you're choking on a bunch of fucking cinnamon. I what was I saying? Oh, the new challenge I was telling somebody, I don't know who. The new challenge should be red pepper flakes. Fill your mouth with a bunch of those. That would be impossible to swallow. People would probably die. And shrimp is bugs. I mean, they pretty much are. But I had shrimp before I went vegetarian, and I wasn't a huge fan. Like, I think I'm good without shrimp. I do kind of want to try shrimp tempura though. That shit looks so good. I'm always very tempted to try it. But I tried to have I've been vegetarian since I was 14, so it's been a long time. 16 years. It's been 16 years that I haven't had meat. And so a few years ago I tried to eat a tuna melt, like a tuna grilled cheese, because I used to be heavily addicted to those. And I immediately threw up. So I don't know. I should probably just leave meat alone. I'm doing all right without it. Yeah, the single hot chip. I'm not very good with spicy things, but I do kind of want to I just want to try a little nibble of that. I'm tempted, but I'm not good at spicy foods. I can't. I don't have the tolerance for spice. I'm not sure why. No, oatmeal fills me up a lot. So a half a cup, that would be perfect for me. Um, I think it's also just because of the texture. I don't want to eat a lot, so I just stop eating it at some point. So I think a half a cup would be perfect, especially if you're adding in like walnuts and other little things like raisins and apples and whatnot. I'm gonna start trying that because I do. I have a lot of oats. During COVID, I stocked up on oats, so I have a lot. Grilled shrimp. Hmm. I don't remember how I had it. I do remember it came in a little cup and you dipped it into either red sauce or butter, and they were cold. So maybe that's why I didn't like them because it seemed like they weren't cooked at all. I don't know if you can even eat raw shrimp, but it wasn't great. I think pescatarian is fine. Like if I were to go back to eating any meat, I would definitely go pescatarian for multiple reasons. Just because a lot of foods I tend to like is Asian foods, and last time I was in Japan, it's pretty easy to find vegetarian food there, but their idea of vegetarian is more like pescatarian. Like they still put there's a fish base in almost every soup and noodle dish and things like that. So when I was in Japan, I probably did have like fish product without realizing it, but I was fine, and I don't even mind. I just don't think I could go full in and eat like an actual fish. But I guess the issue nowadays is that um, waters are being overfished, so there's issues with that. I don't know. I haven't looked that much into it, so I don't know what the actual issues are. I just heard that we're running out of fish. Is that even true? Oh, okay. So you make sweet grits kind of like oatmeal. Interesting. I might have to try that. But then if I don't like it, it would be a waste. But I do want to try it. It sounds interesting. I do eat eggs. I eat eggs and I still eat dairy. Um, I don't drink milk. I haven't had milk, like real milk, in years. But I eat like cheese and butter and shit. And I eat eggs. I just don't like eggs that much. Oh, really? I don't know how to fix that. Oh. Well, that's the right link. So you might just have to copy it. Wait, because it's not a .com link. Oh shit, it's not working. Wait. Do I not know my own name? What's the link here? Oh, I see. I fixed it. Thank you for telling me that. I guess you can't put www for some reason. But yeah, I eat eggs. I don't really like eggs, but I will eat them. But if they even have the slightest, like, I don't know how to describe it. There's a flavor to eggs. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? They're very eggy sometimes, more than other times, and I don't like when they taste like that. But if they're covered with other things, hash browns, grits, I'll eat them. Or in a breakfast burrito. I love breakfast burritos. Oh, shrimp cocktail. Well, yeah, it was not good. But I would love to try it. Maybe next time I'm in Japan, I'll go crazy and I'll eat a bite of shrimp tempura. The first time breaking vegetarian in 14 years. Because if I'm going to try it anywhere, I feel like it has to be in Japan. They probably do it the best. Tuna. I do miss tuna. That's like the one fish I remember eating a lot of before I went vegetarian. So good. I actually didn't eat very much meat at all before I went vegetarian, so it was easy for me to go vegetarian. But if I were to ever go back, I don't think I could ever do beef again. To me, beef looks gruesome. Probably wouldn't do pork. I could probably do chicken. Chicken and fish. That's about it. I don't know. Every time I look at beef, it looks terrifying to me. I don't think I could eat it. I'm trying to think of anything. Well, beef stew looks interesting. I might be able to eat that. Or when they do the really thin slices at like Korean barbecue. I don't even know if that's beef, but that looks like it might be good. Sulfuric, I think, is the word. I feel like some eggs have a very strong sulfur taste. And maybe it's when you overcook them that they taste that way. But I'm like, I can't. Eggs in Japan, though, were much tastier than in America. I don't know what they do, how they raise their chickens, but they were better. So it makes sense that in Japan they eat a fuck ton of eggs. I'm going to eat eggs. She's sitting right over there. Yeah, I miss the idea of chicken, which doesn't even make sense because I never really had a lot of chicken before I went vegetarian. But like when I see people eating the really crispy like Korean fried chicken, I'm like, holy shit, that looks good. But I'm pretty satisfied with just watching people eat it. I don't think I need to eat it myself. What? What? Raw chicken sashimi? That sounds scary. Was it good? When I was there, they had a whole restaurant dedicated to horse meat. It was in Tachikawa, somewhere in Tokyo. We didn't go in, but that was great. I'm not against eating horse meat. If you're gonna eat meat, in my head, there's no reason to discriminate against certain meats unless there's like an actual reason in terms of, I don't know, like the population is going down or something. But otherwise, why wouldn't you eat a horse if you also eat a cow? They're the same thing. One's just skinnier. No, I do like horses though. I used to ride horses too when I lived in Texas. And I still randomly go on horse rides. When I'm in Hawaii, I like horse riding. Yeah, it is a tough feeling because often you feel regretful that you went back to eating meat, but also, I don't know. I'm weird because I I don't care if other people eat meat. I definitely don't feel any urge to eat meat myself, but if somebody else does, I'm like, whatever. It doesn't bother me. And even me, I'm like, if in theory I wanted to try some meat product, I'll do it. But I do feel a little guilty. Bye, Ken. Thanks for hanging out with me. Good seeing you. I personally, I don't think I could eat a horse either, but oh, well, hello, Greg. Gory. I was gonna say Gregory. Um, raw chicken. I don't know. Just can't picture it. It's so. I guess if you were to cut it up into sashimi, it would look like a piece, like a cut of fish, because it's so pale. But just thinking about it, I don't think I could do it. Yeah, my parents were military, so we moved all over the place. I've lived in a lot of the US. I do need to cut my hair because, like, I have all of this up right now, but if I were to let that down, my head is like, it's a big old puff. I do want to get a haircut. Should I go more mullet again? I'm thinking more mullet. I wanted to kind of cut some length off, like up to here. Is that too much? I do love animals, so that is part of it. And the other half is just that I'm in general an extremely picky eater. And so like there's a very distinct memory in my head about when I had my first hamburger and I was just looking at it and there's like random little things in it, like little white dots, and like now I know it's like probably gristle or something. But I was looking at that and I got the biggest ick and I never wanted to touch that ever again. Yeah, both my mom and my dad were Navy. I don't think I've ever. I was gonna say I've never regretted a haircut, but no, I remember one. I didn't regret it in the moment. I was like fully dedicated to it. I gave myself a bowl cut, but looking back, I'm like, not a good look. I'm pretty adventurous with my hair. It doesn't like if I have a bad haircut, it doesn't really bother me. I don't know why. I just don't think about it that much until after the fact, and then I'm looking at pictures of myself, and I'm like, oh, that was a bad haircut. Are you gonna go for the mullet? You should totally go for the mullet. This is an apple crumble coffee cake that I made. When my fruit starts going bad, I like to bake with it. I have a very round face too. So the baby bangs do not look good on me. But when I do go in to cut my hair, they always do the baby bangs. I don't mind that much because they grow up pretty fast. But this is about my preferred length, where you can. They're actually a little long right now. But when you can see my eyebrows, but still most of the forehead's covered perfectly. I forget what type of apple this was. Some kind of Korean apple. I got it at the Asian market. But I let it sit for too long and it got mushy. I don't like mushy apples. When I cut my hair into a mullet, my mom said it reminded her of the 80s. Here's the thing. Bowl cut as a kid is fine. I did my bowl cut when I was like 18. I was in my prime in terms of like young girl prettiness, and I gave myself a bowl cut because I'd just gotten cheated on and I was like, fuck men. I wanted to look as unappealing to men as possible. So I went bowl cut, and it was not a good look. And sometimes I think about going back to bowl cut because now I'm like into the obscure haircuts, but I have flashbacks, so probably won't happen. Actually, no, I got a boyfriend with that haircut. I did. I got a boyfriend, but he was a bad boyfriend and he frequently cheated on me. So it probably doesn't attract the type of guy that you want to attract. Oh, my hair was a little round for the buzz cut, but I actually really liked it. No, the boyfriend did not have a bowl cut. Hold on, I'll be right back. I was gonna point the camera to a cat for you guys to look at. She's way over there. I'll be back. Hey, you coming in? Thank you. Oh. Ugh. I'm spilling things. It's thundering. Oh, that was probably really loud. I didn't mean to do that right next to the mic. Okay, guys, I might have to get off the line because I'm starving. The apple cake is not cutting it. Now that I know, what time did I get online? It's been about 3 hours. What was it, like 8 something? That was probably a little too early because my normal crowd, they probably start rolling in right about now. When did I tweet that? 9. I got online at 9. Not bad, not bad. But now that I know how easy it is to stream on YouTube, I'm going to do it more, especially if it counts towards my watch time. I'll have to, I think it takes 24 hours for it to update. But yeah, if you guys don't follow me on Twitter, you should. You can follow either one. This is my main Twitter. I think all of you guys came from my Twitter, so it's probably pointless to say this, but just in case. The first one's my main Twitter. The second one's just like my shitpost account. But for some reason, I posted it on my secondary Twitter instead of my main one. Greg, did you quit your job? You have a different job every time I talk to you. But yes, thank you guys for hanging out with me. It was fun and really refreshing because I haven't streamed in a long time. I also haven't talked to people this much in I don't know how long. Yeah, I have many Twitter accounts, but those are my main two. I have far too many Twitter accounts. But yeah, I'll update you guys on Twitter if or when I'm going to stream again. I feel like next time I should have something to entertain you guys with instead of just sitting here. I don't know. All right. Bye. Thanks for hanging out with me. I'm going to go eat. Okay, Greg. I'll ask you next time. Thanks for hanging out with me. Bye. I don't know how to end it.